this is Ruan. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some really advanced keyword research using AI. So this may sound a little bit new to you if you haven't watched previous videos, but generally speaking, what we're looking to accomplish today is to generate really high level keyword opportunities and automate a lot of the different tasks like searching for good keywords and then writing content and working within different tabs. And all of that's made possible with SplashDash. So SplashDash AI, if you're not familiar, is a tool that allows you to access a lot of these different data points that you need to accomplish digital marketing. So the goal of today's video is to do advanced level keyword research, find popular keywords, find question-based keywords, find related keywords, and pack them all into one page design because that's what's going to rank in the age of SGE, Search Generative Experience, which is the age of answer engine optimization, which we call AEO, or artificial engine optimization. So let's kind of get started. So as you can see, I'm in a ChatGPT dashboard here, and this is where we're going to accomplish all of this work. We're not even going to move in between tabs. If you're interested, you can sign up for the beta. This is coming out pretty soon to every user. But right now we have a couple of people testing it out, and you should definitely get on the wait list to join that information. So when it's out, you can use it. So let's kind of get started. So the way that this works is inside of the chat feature, I can call on different versions of SplashDash. So for example, if I wanted to gather domain information, I can call on the domain. If I wanted to gather keywords information, I can gather keywords. If I wanted to use, let's say, backlinks and I wanted to discover backlinks, I would click on backlinks. And so you kind of get the gist here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with our actual keyword data here. And really what's cool about this is I can go ahead and start searching for different keyword phrases. So we're going to go ahead and gather keyword data of, let's say, Develomark, which is my agency. And with that, let's take a look and see what it returns. The cool thing about using this is I can actually filter this. So I can say to only include term and volume. I don't need to see all of the other data. That's not really that important to me right now. What's going to happen is SplashDash is going to call on our internal code base, and then it's going to show me the latest, and then develomark.com, the keywords that are ranking on this URL specifically. So that data is going to come back, and then it's going to let me know what terms that we're ranking for on develomark.com. And then that information I can use for whatever information I want to use it. But I just kind of wanted to show you how this information works. And so you can see that when it calls on a piece of data, it'll actually credit where it's getting that information. And based on this action, I'm going to show you how to scale this to get all of your pages targeting the right keywords, and then of course identifying potentially important keyword phrases for the near future. So let's go ahead and start this over. I'm going to call on a client that we're working with called Bartlett Contracting. So this is a website for a roofing company that we're designing. And what I want it to do is I want it to provide me with a list of services that Bartlett Contract offers. And so because I'm switching between different GPTs, as you can see, it's going to give me a list of all of these different things that this brand offers. So of course, one of them is residential roofing, one of them is siding, one of them is windows, one of them is doors, one of them is decks, one of them is remodeling. So let's start with roofing. Let's go ahead and grab that. And now what I want to do is I want to go back to keywords. And this time I want to ask it to provide me with the keyword phrases that we should be targeting for residential roofing SEO page. Then what's going to happen in this case scenario is ChatGPT is actually just going to give me a lot of the different terms that they think are important for different roofing services. So you can see that there's residential roofing, repair, best contractors, affordable, etc. This isn't data that is from one of the large SEO tools, but this is data that I can actually call on. And now that I have this data, I can call on keywords to actually provide me with what the estimates of volume are for these terms. And based on these estimates, I can filter them to make sure that we're only targeting the highest keyword phrases. So let's prompt to gather the keyword research for all of these terms and then see which ones are going to be the most important. So now you can see in my prompt, I've added to perform keyword research, return only specific fields. So I've introduced filtering. And then I want it to filter as well, lowest to highest to lowest. So you can see SplashDash is calling on all of these keywords, and I'm going to click confirm. And what that's going to do is it's going to potentially give me those data, put it into a table that looks like this, and it's going to give me all of the terms that we should potentially be trying to rank for a residential roofing page. Now, as you can see on the client websites that we make, this is using the Duda editor. you can see that when I log into the client site and I'm looking to target my main web page for SEO terms, what I can now do is I can now go to the roofing page. In this case scenario, you have it here. And on this roofing page, I would want to make sure that the SEO targeting that I have includes all of these different keyword phrases. So inside of the actual SEO settings, depending on the content management system that you're using, your keyword that you're mainly targeting in this case should be residential roofing companies. I probably wouldn't put near me just because that reads weird. Because this is the term with the highest search volume, that might be the term that I put inside of the actual URL structure. That would be the term that I actually target with the actual meta tags on the page, so the title tags and the meta description. And then what I can do is, of course, using ChatGPT's superpowers, I can have it write these title tags and meta descriptions, including a lot of these different keyword phrases. But that's kind of the information that we would want to add on this page. Now, to take it a step further, now what I want to do is I want to ask ChatGPT what question-related keywords the people might be asking for residential roofing. So let's go ahead and ask, if I were a customer, what are some questions I would have for residential roofing? So now I have a simple prompt that basically asks, if you were the company, what would you do? And so these are a lot of the questions that it's asking. And so these are kind of the FAQs that we're going to want to add to the web page. So on most of our web pages, there's always some sort of accordion towards the bottom of the web page. So on this one, let's say if I went to roof repairs, which is a main keyword that we're targeting, you can see towards the bottom, there's usually some sort of before and after, some frequently asked questions. And a lot of these frequently asked questions that we add are based on the process that I'm showing you right now, this advanced level keyword research that's going to allow a lot of your search terms to show up at the top of the search results, especially in the area of SGE. So what is residential roofing? How long does a roof last? What are the common types? Who do I choose, etc. So now what I can do in using the power of SplashDash, once again, I can go in here and I can tag keywords, and I can now do the same prompt that I had before, which was this one. And what that's going to do is it's going to allow me to see from a bird's eye perspective of real search volume, because ChatGPT does not have that data. It's going to talk to our code base. It's going to put all of those questions inside of there. You're going to simply hit confirm. And then if these terms have volume, you're going to be able to prioritize these terms based on their volume. So you can see there's only 3 that have volume. So these are the 3 that I would want to write based on Bartlett's brand. So in that case, I would take that information. I would say to write a response to these FAQs using this brand's information, tagging that client's ChatGPT, using the data that SpyFu has organized for us that says has the highest search volume. So very powerful. So now what that's going to do, in the tone of that client's voice, it's going to write that information so that I can, inside of the editor, go ahead and add another accordion here and actually just take the content that's from ChatGPT. So in this case, let's say, what is residential roofing? And then I can take the actual answer and put that in there. And then of course, copy edit that information to make sure it's on brand. So now you'll see that you can quickly develop more content on these pages. Strategize though, however, based on how much people are searching these different terms. So once I'm done with that, and I kind of start to work backwards on that with all the different questions that were available, I can continue to go down this route with so many different things, right? So I can do roof maintenance, I could do roof repair and replacement, etc. And once again, tagging this information, keywords, I can put in that same prompt that I had before, which was up here, and I can start to really make sure that my site is intentionally targeting the right keyword phrases with the right search volumes to intentionally get more visitors so that my clients can generate more leads, more traffic, more revenue, and ultimately pay us more money. And obviously, as you can see, sometimes you're not going to get search volume. Some things just don't have search volume, and sometimes these data tools don't pick that kind of information up. So you've really got to go at it one by one and just make sure that you're accomplishing this goal and this task. So that's one service. So that's kind of the process that I would go through in making sure that we're optimizing a lot of these services as much as possible. So then I would go kind of in the DEX route. And so in that DEX route, I would do the same thing where I would have, let's say, SplashDash or ChatGPT recommend keywords, reverse engineer those keywords to see which ones have the highest search volume, and then from there start to really prioritize my page based on that. So let's go ahead and do it with DEX. So I'm going to go ahead and tag that so it knows that I'm talking about DEX. And then I'm going to do perform keyword research, return volume, term, CPC, highest, lowest volume, choose the terms that are going to get us deck jobs, right? And many times this might work, this might not work, only because I like to give it a little more context than that. But you can see that it was smart enough to really understand what this company does, because it is Trex and it is AZEK. So these are the different brands that it does. And so it's really cool how it's kind of already determining what these terms are. So let's go ahead and confirm that. Now, while that's doing that, on the page for the decks, let's say, which I think is just home remodeling, we don't have a page built out for that yet. But when I do build a page, when I link, let's say, this piece of content right here, when I add a button, if I just go to widgets and I click button, if I add something here and I say, let's say, learn more, on that page that's going to be for decks, I'm going to be optimizing the on-page SEO, kind of just like I showed you with the last page. So what I'm going to do is I would probably make the URL deck builders. Then my first H2 tag would be best composite decking. Then I would do one on installation. And then I would kind of go that same route of finding the differently frequently asked questions and just making sure to include that into the actual page on this exact website. So this is kind of how you start doing advanced SEO research for the SGE era inside of ChatGPT or AI using SplashDash. So if you've enjoyed this video, let me know. I'm going to be making a lot more of these on how we are utilizing AI right now to dramatically improve our performance. And if you're not in the beta test, I highly recommend you get on the wait list. Our launch date is apparently June 19th. If there's a delay, we'll notify you. But basically, if you're looking to do SEO workflows based like this using artificial intelligence, which has dramatically improved the profits, the results our clients are getting, and the overall experience of our team, then you should definitely get on the beta list. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.